From risking being poisoned to allowing movie stars to hold her hand, Kate Middleton has found many graceful means of breaking royal protocol. Just before the new king's coronation, some members of the royal family, including Princess Catherine, participated in an impromptu walkabout among the crowd that had gathered in central London. When a fan offered the princess her cell phone, she took the opportunity to chat with the owner's relative who was unable to travel to England for the big event. This was unprecedented, but having come of age in the era that gave rise to social media, savvy Princess Catherine knows it's here to stay. For this reason, she has also embraced one of the most popular trends to emerge in recent years: taking a selfie. She is frequently seen posing with fans these days, even lending a hand to balance the smartphone if necessary. There is no official rule about royals posing in selfies, but the Queen was said to dislike them, preferring eye-to-eye contact. One fan who attended a royal event in 2017 shared with Insider that guests had been told not to attempt taking selfies with the royals, as it would require the public to perform the disrespectful act of turning their back to royalty. Since then, however, the rules seem to have become less rigid, and even King Charles III has indulged the trend on occasion.
Your Majesty, do you think I could have a picture of us together?
Throughout history, it was common for kings and queens to have food tasters eat the meal served to the royals before the sovereign took a bite to ensure that the food hadn't been poisoned. Modern monarchies don't use this practice as much anymore, but that doesn't mean that members of the royal family are in the habit of eating or drinking items handed to them by strangers. For this reason, it was quite shocking when, during an impromptu walkabout before the coronation, Prince William took a sip from a cup handed to him by a random woman who was there for the festivities. Perhaps even more surprising, the future king then handed the cup to Princess Catherine, who also took a sip. Had the woman harbored ill will toward the royal couple, things could have ended very differently, but the exchange was all in good fun. It turns out that the woman was sharing a special homemade gin concoction with the couple. Video of the pair shows that both of them had a positive reaction to the drink. While the decision to drink was surely made to make people happy as they mingled with the crowd, many royal watchers were stunned that the prince and princess had taken such a risk. Royal watchers excitedly anticipated what the Princess of Wales would wear to her father-in-law's coronation, and she did not disappoint. Recognised as a fashion icon worldwide, it came as no surprise that she arrived at the momentous event in bespoke Alexander McQueen. Kate paired her one-of-a-kind gown with an item that quickly became the talk of the day, a show-stopping headpiece that she wore in favour of a traditional tiara. The headpiece, which was silver in colour and featured leaves made of crystals, sequins and metallic beading, may have been a nod to the headpieces worn by Queen Elizabeth's maids on the day of her coronation in 1953. As royal blogger Lauren Keener pointed out to People, if they did take inspiration from those ornaments, it was a nice way to give Kate something that stood out visually while still reinforcing her current role as a supporter of the King and Queen. Though it was a break with tradition, the general consensus was quite positive. A decidedly modern choice, Town & Country suggested that it was done to match the low-key vibe of the ceremony, which was a scaled-down version of what such an event usually entails. The stunning creation was the result of a collaboration between London-based milliner Jess Carlett and Alexander McQueen. Tying off the look nicely, Princess Charlotte also wowed in a smaller version of the stunning headpiece. When it comes to royal manicures, there are competing theories. On one hand, palace insiders say that natural nails are the only acceptable option when it comes to royal fingers. They report that fake nails or colourful polish are considered vulgar, and to that end, the Queen herself was never seen in anything other than a shade called ballet slippers for the entirety of her reign. On the other hand, historian and royal blogger Marlene Koenig told Town & Country that the royal family had no established regulations written regarding what colour they could display on their nails.
Kate typically opts for neutral colors or no polish at all, which has been the tradition for the royal family.
Princess Catherine was probably aware that there were no official rules regarding manicures when she stepped out for Easter Sunday church service, wearing a deep shade of red on her fingernails that certainly stuck out against her royal blue ensemble. Previously seen with crimson toenails on occasion, she wore primarily nude or pale shades on her fingernails before receiving her new royal titles. While some embraced the princess's flair, others were not amused. It even sent some ex, then known as Twitter users, into a rage. As one viewer wrote, "Too bad the whole photo op is ruined by Kate's brazen red nail polish. It's not protocol, and Kate Middleton has shamed the entire family. Shocking." Tom Cruise has had several encounters with the royal family over the years, which undoubtedly means that he's been briefed on what is considered acceptable behaviour when it comes to touching them. There is a general perception that any physical contact is forbidden. For example, according to Hello, it was well known that Queen Elizabeth's hand was only to be taken if she offered it. It seems Cruise was a bit more laissez-faire about these rules when it came to Kate Middleton, as the actor boldly offered the then Duchess his hand as they approached a set of stairs leading into a screening of Top Gun Maverick. Rather than rebuff the seemingly innocent gesture, however, she graciously allowed him to assist her before quickly switching her clutch into that same hand, presumably so it wouldn't happen again. Like all royal interactions, this one did not go unnoticed, and people were quick to weigh in on all sides. Some were appalled at Cruise's perceived gaffe, while others thought he was merely being gallant. Many applauded the princess's stealthy move with her clutch, interpreting it as a silent message for Cruise to refrain from further contact. Predictably, there is some confusion about this rule as well, but Yahoo's royal executive editor Omid Scobie says it's not written in stone. Scobie explained that Cruise taking Kate's hand was far preferable to the royal tripping in public, and that in general people should prioritise common sense in the presence of royals rather than ambiguous traditions. In perhaps one of her cheekiest moves to date, the Princess of Wales playfully tapped on her husband's rear end as they walked the red carpet at the BAFTA Awards. Princess Catherine's gesture went largely unnoticed, likely because she was wearing black evening gloves, which were hard to distinguish against Prince William's black tuxedo pants. However, Vogue caught the move on tape and posted it to their TikTok account. Judy James, a body language expert, weighed in with The Sun to share her thoughts on what the flirty love tap may have been signalling. After pointing out that the couple has been notably more relaxed about PDA since receiving their new titles, she surmised that the stealthy swipe may have been a playful reprimand for him failing to take her hand. James also said that it may have been a subtle message intended for her brother-in-law Harry, who spoke about the pressure of royal men to marry someone out of a sense of duty rather than for true love. She explained, William and Kate's tactile, playful behaviours could be an answer to Harry with his comments about coolness and royal men marrying women who fit into the mould. Regardless of the reason, the couple was clearly enjoying each other's company as they made their way to their seats. Princess Catherine had no idea that she would be reunited with a beloved schoolteacher after more than 2 decades when she arrived at the National Maritime Museum in Cornwall to learn about the area's maritime history. Upon her and Prince William's arrival there, she immediately recognised her history teacher in the crowd that had gathered in front to greet them. As the Daily Mail reports, Kate quickly threw protocol to the wayside as she ran to give Jim Embry a big hug while exclaiming her excitement at seeing the friendly face. Embry, who in his retirement serves as a part-time volunteer at the museum, decided to show up there on his day off when the chance to meet up with his former student presented itself. The instructor, who had relocated to the area, remembered his pupil fondly and characterised her as a fantastic student during her time at St Andrew's Prep School. Though he admitted that he doesn't follow the royal family, he shared his pleasure at meeting up with her after so long, saying, "It was an incredible meeting and the first time I had seen Kate in 25 years. She hasn't changed, not one bit, and is just like she was, conscientious, considerate and exuberant." Princess Catherine continues to forge her own path when it comes to parenting by breaking with yet another tradition, this time involving her children's schooling. While Prince William and his brother Prince Harry attended all-boys institutions as youths, the couple's children were recently enrolled in a co-educational school so all three could attend together. Lambrook Prep School, which is located in the Berkshire countryside and has existed since 1860, provides the royal children with much-desired privacy. The school prohibits paparazzi from infringing on the family's travels to and from the campus, which allows William and Kate to drop off and pick up their children unhindered by the press. That said, George's classmates evidently realise they're in the presence of royalty and refer to their classmate as PG for Prince George. The Lambrook School website boasts superior academics, beautiful facilities, and the opportunity to participate in a variety of sports, including Princess Catherine's old game, field hockey. In fact, according to The Good, the Bad and the Rugby podcast, Catherine was even able to flex her athletic prowess at a Lambrook event in which she participated in an impromptu foot race with other students' parents.
The competitive side in both of us, we have to take part in this. So I had to do it in bare feet.
A source confirmed to ET that William and Kate have worked hard to give their children as organic of a childhood as possible before the full weight of the future of the monarchy falls to them.